The war between Israel and Palestine is a complex and long-standing conflict that has its roots in the colonial era. It involves issues of land, religion, identity, nationalism, and human rights. Here is a brief summary of the main causes and events of the war. In 1917, Britain issued the Balfour Declaration, which promised to support the establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine, where most of the population was Arab. In 1947, the United Nations proposed a partition plan that would divide Palestine into two states, one for Jews and one for Arabs. The plan was rejected by the Arab states and the Palestinian leadership, who wanted a unified and independent Palestine. In 1948, Israel declared its independence after a war with the neighboring Arab states, who invaded to prevent the creation of a Jewish state. The war resulted in the displacement of about 750,000 Palestinians, who became refugees in neighboring countries or within Israel. This event is known as the Nakba, catastrophe, by Palestinians and as the War of Independence by Israelis. In 1967, Israel captured the West Bank, East Jerusalem, Gaza Strip, Sinai Peninsula and Golan Heights in the Six-Day War with Egypt, Jordan and Syria. Israel annexed East Jerusalem and the Golan Heights but did not annex the West Bank and Gaza Strip, which remained under military occupation. The war also triggered another wave of Palestinian refugees. In 1987, the First Intifada uprising broke out in the occupied territories as Palestinians protested against Israeli policies and demanded an end to the occupation. The Intifada lasted until 1993 and was marked by civil disobedience, strikes, boycotts, stone-throwing, and occasional violence. In 1993, Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, signed the Oslo Accords, which established a framework for a peace process and a Palestinian self-government in parts of the West Bank and Gaza Strip. The accords also recognized Israel's right to exist and the PLO as the representative of the Palestinian people. In 2000, the Second Intifada erupted after a visit by then Israeli opposition leader Ariel Sharon to the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound in Jerusalem, which is sacred to both Muslims and Jews. The Intifada lasted until 2005 and was characterized by suicide bombings, rocket attacks, raids, assassinations, and military operations. In 2005, Israel withdrew its settlers and soldiers from the Gaza Strip, ending its direct occupation of the territory. However, Israel maintained control over Gaza's borders, airspace, and coastal waters, effectively imposing a blockade on the enclave. In 2006, Hamas won the Palestinian legislative elections and formed a government with Fatah, the rival faction that dominates the PLO. However, Hamas was not recognized by Israel or most of the international community as a legitimate partner for peace talks because of its refusal to renounce violence and recognize Israel's right to exist. In 2007, Hamas seized control of the Gaza Strip after a brief civil war with Fatah forces loyal to Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. Since then, Gaza has been ruled by Hamas while the West Bank has been governed by Fatah under Abbas's authority. In 2008, 2009, 2012, 2014 and 2021, Israel launched major military offensives against Hamas in Gaza in response to rocket attacks from the Strip. The offensives caused widespread death and destruction in Gaza and also claimed Israeli lives. In 2021-2023 ongoing, Israel declared war on Hamas after an unprecedented attack by Hamas militants on multiple towns in southern Israel on October 7th. Hamas said its invasion was retribution for worsening conditions for Palestinians living under Israeli occupation. The war has killed more than 5,000 people so far and displaced millions more. Thanks for watching.